Alright, I've arrived back here in Brasov. I'm gonna go try to find the left luggage counter. Want to head to the Bran Castle, but don't want to be carrying the suitcase everywhere. So we'll see what happens here. Pretty straightforward shuttle bus ride. It was 35 Romanian to come down here, so about $10 Canadian or so. Nice and quick. Got me here 2 hours ahead of the train, so I'm very thankful for that. So it is incredibly frustrating, but the left luggage office looks like it's permanently shut, so very unfortunate. Likely gonna have to carry this bag all the way to Bran Castle, unfortunately. So I got a private driver now, heading over to Bran Castle to do some sightseeing. It's about 30 kilometers outside of, or 25 actually, I think, outside of Brasov, so about a 30-minute drive or so. Alright, I've made it to the ultra-touristy town of Bran, about 25 minutes outside of Brasov. There's literally a kilometer or 2 kilometers of non-stop souvenir stands, so it's definitely overtaken. So right off the bat, there's definitely a commercial vibe here, unlike anything I've seen in a long time. So again, tourist trap, but it'll be beautiful. I can't wait to see the castle. I ended up just paying my Uber driver. He offered me a pretty good rate of 50 Romanian to get out here from Brasov, so not too bad whatsoever. The cost would be about, what does that work out to? 10 euros or so, plus the original fare, which was going to be about 2 euros. So yeah, about 12 euros in total, I would say, to get out here. It's not too bad at all. So about $20 Canadian to get out here, direct from the train station. Seamless, my bags were safe. I didn't have to wait for a bus. I didn't have to wait 45 minutes on the bus with all the stops. So definitely recommend it if you can get an Uber to take you out here. Oh, this lineup is incredibly long to get in. And to be honest with you, I'm not much of a castle guy for wandering the interior, so this might be my view. I might walk along the road to see it a little bit more, but I'm not about to stand in this lineup to tour a castle. Not my vibe. Alright, crisis has been averted. I checked online to see if there's an online booking option, and there was. Case in point, it's always worth checking the website to see if there's any booking online option, because that just saved me waiting in line with 200 to 300 other people to get in here. Heading up to the castle now. Pretty amazing. So the cost of entry is 45 Romanian lei, or 25 lei for students. And thankfully, I am a student again. So I'm completing some master's level work. So I was able to avail of the 25 lei admission. Pretty good deal. So just about $8 or $9 Canadian. All right, I have made it up the hill here to Bran Castle. Glad that it all worked out with the luggage. The guard was nice enough to let me store my luggage in his office. He volunteered, so I'm not clear if there's a fee for that, but I'll likely tip him in any case. But yeah, this is the Bran Castle. And I knew it couldn't be that easy, so you are faced with another entrance line to get into the building itself. I'm less concerned about that, because I really just wanted to get up close to the building. But yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a wait. finally made it inside. Ooh. This is the courtyard. So there are some interesting cultural artifacts here. This is a Teutonic knight costume from the year 1211 on display, and an old coat of arms of Transylvania. And this over here is a document, I guess, that founded the castle back in 1377. So heading up a long staircase to the top of the castle now. There's a tight squeeze. Some crystal in the cabinet. And tons of books on display as well. So you can see this room is quite modern, actually. This is really cool, though, little etched hutch. So some really great views down into the courtyard from up here. And some views from up here looking down to Bran below. You can see these red brick roofs are kind of characteristic of the castles around here. That's a bit ghoulish. I guess this is where the Dracula myth comes to life in this room. Some religious literature. I don't know. It looks Greek. Greek Bible, maybe? And vampire killing tools, evidently. Alright, I'm heading down. Again, you gotta be really careful on these steps. Especially carrying on my gear. It's really hard to stay balanced. A little bit of kitsch in there, though. I guess there does have to be a cheesy element to it. There it is, Dracula's castle. All things considered, pretty cool place. That's beautiful. All right, this is the Saxon chamber. A lot of old furniture in here. And a pretty intricate doorway as well. And the anteroom of the King's Chamber at this point. Pretty cool, King's Chamber. Oh wow, it's incredible. And that king-size bed looks kind of like a queen-size bed. So this is the King's dining room. Big hearth right there. And the dining room table. So this is the armory, which has plenty of shields on display. A lot of it's restored, of course. Some period era weapons and suits of armor. All right, another great view down into the courtyard below. There's the inner courtyard. The well is right in the center. And beautiful Bran Castle. I'm going to continue around here. I think I'm almost at the exit. crowds are quite thin now compared to what they were before, so I think with the day winding down, most people come rather early. It's about 2:30 p.m. right now. Beautiful, breezy day. It's nice to cool down. It's actually about 32 degrees today, but with the nice wind, it's keeping temperatures at least feeling a bit cooler than they actually are. Nice to explore the castle though. Definitely worth a visit. And again, admission is very reasonable at, if you're a student, less than $10, and about $15 if you aren't a student. So very nice views here of the inner courtyard. Very green and lush with trees. You can look down to the well below. Beautiful covered walkway around the perimeter of the courtyard. You can see the tower right here. Beautiful greenery covered walls pretty much everywhere. It is a very atmospheric space and actually quite cool and sheltered from the heat as well. You can see the well right there, which looks like it's carved stone. But yeah, tons of people here, but I am able to enjoy the sights of the castle. Pretty outstanding place. All right, I think I am pretty much done. Exit is this way, so I'll follow. Yeah, definitely worth a visit if you find yourself in the Brasov area. Probably better to do this as a tour from Bucharest though. Much cheaper, I would say. It's only about 60 Canadian, 45 US for an entire day tour to see all the major sites around Brasov. All right, heading down towards the exit where I'll pick up my bag. Hopefully it's still there. So I'm saying goodbye to Bran Castle. Definitely worth the visit if you find yourself in the Brasov, Romania area. Well worth it. So I guess the bus stop is about 100 meters down the road here, so hopefully it's not too much of a wait. But in any case, it'll get me back to Brasov pretty cheap. I just arrived back in Brasov. It was definitely longer than taking the taxi, of course. The price was 9 Romanian lei, so about $3 Canadian, just under. Pretty inexpensive to go that 35 kilometers. But again, I guess the difference in price, it was 5 times more to take the taxi. So yeah, it's a bit, but really doesn't feel like a lot of money when you're going that far in a taxi with AC and comfort and speed on your side. So it is what it is. So heading down to the old town, gotta probably get an Uber. Spending a lot on Ubers, but they are cheap here. The one-way ride, the minimum fare is $2.50 Canadian, or about $2 US. Very inexpensive for an Uber ride. That's a good 5 to 10 minute ride at that. All right, I switched over to the Osmo Action, my GoPro type camera, as my pocket is now dead. So you might notice the footage is a bit shakier than it was before. It shouldn't be too bad though. But in any case, beautiful square here in Brasov. All right, off to Starbucks again to cool down. It's 33 degrees and just blistering heat at 5 p.m., the hottest part of the day. Good views of the Black Church though. Oh, but yeah, it's unbelievably hot under the sun. Feels like Southeast Asia, if you can believe that. Heading into Starbucks. All right, I am back at the Brasov railway station. Heading inside to get a ticket to Bucharest. try to use the machine today. The lineup is pretty long. Alright, I got my tickets in hand. And before I board the train, I just want to point out how beautiful the Brasov railway station is. You can see these murals on the upper level. But yeah, this is the Brasov railway station. I was able to get a ticket down to Bucharest for about $18 Canadian, about 16 to 18 bucks, somewhere in there, 48 Romanian lei. The train is approaching here. They're gonna bind it together and we're on our way. Alright, about 2.5 hours later, I've arrived here in Bucharest, Gare du Nord, the North Railway Station. I'm gonna get an Uber from here to the Doubletree, Bucharest, which is about 6.5 kilometers away. So it'll cost me about $6, $7 Canadian to get down there. I'm not gonna take public transit though. I just have too much stuff. Alright, this is Bucharest Railway Station. Looks like they got a Carrefour Express, McDonald's and the like, KFC, quite large actually. But I'm probably going to head in here and get a few groceries for the road before I head to the hotel. Alright, I just checked in here at the Doubletree Unirii Plaza, I believe it's called, Unirii Square, Bucharest. This is the only Doubletree in town, I believe. It has definitely a smoke smell. Someone's been smoking in the room. It does have a little balcony that overlooks the streets of Bucharest, which is, I guess, a good thing and a bad thing. But no amazing view. This place is not really in the center of the action in Bucharest. The only reason I stayed here was it was very cheap. This was only 54 euros per night, or about $80 Canadian. Not a lot of money for a Hilton brand. And that includes breakfast for me as a gold member. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's tour of Bran Castle. It's been a long day from Sighisoara all the way down to Bucharest, but I'm glad I'm here. A good 5 hours of driving and train rides, I suppose, but I'm here and that's all that matters. Ready to explore the capital of Romania tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the video. And if you have any questions about the route from Sighisoara to Bucharest and everything in between, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks so much for watching and have a great night from Bucharest, Romania.